other people in as well. So what was the journey of getting to that stage like?
Well, it wasn't so much me. I had already laid out, a lot of shit about me that was, pretty embarrassing and can't hurt me. So for her, that actually helped her out. She said, wow, if you have the courage to go out there and tell people all your shit, and so that process was, it took about 4 years of me working with my mom because, she was very damaged by what she went through. And so was I. But I knew no one was coming to save me. So I had to go ahead and fix my shit. And she kind of lived in a different place. But when I wrote Can't Hurt Me, it started waking her up that, hey, man, why do you care? Why do you care so much what people think about you, what you went through? Why are you putting so much on other people and what they may say about you? Like there's some stuff I talk about, that is pretty embarrassing for some people. But she got to a point in her life where she was able to, stop caring because we all have our shit. No one, like people, it's so funny to me. There'll be people who are out here commentating about people who are fucking up out here. Famous people who are fucking up. And I don't know how they're able to do that when I guarantee while your skeletons are not being out there, if I were to open up your fucking door, motherfucker, how are you doing that? So I know that about everybody. Like people love to talk shit about somebody and keep themselves out of it. And so we went through that journey together. And so it allowed her to come out and say, yeah, fuck it. I'm a big person who, I want to give people the confidence to walk in a room of 1 million people and none of them like you. And you just like say, fuck you, I'm good. And walk out with you by yourself.
And you helped your mum do that as well.
And now she can look at everybody and say, yeah, I fucking married a motherfucker that choked a woman to death. I was in a bad place. I'm good with that.
One of the days that you focus on a good bit in that conversation is the day that she decided to leave your father,
right,
and take you and your brother with her. Mm-hmm. Was there anything that you learned about upon reflection where both of your experiences opened up a new realization to you?
That was a hard time for her and for me also. I was ready to leave a long time ago. I was just waiting for her to get the courage to finally leave him. And I don't think anything from that really, I think that's where the damage really began. I think for her, when she left, her fight went away. And it's kind of like when you run 100 miles. When you sit down, your body can then say,
it's exactly what I was thinking.
I'm done.
It's exactly what I was thinking.
The second she left, the mind said, oh my God, like we can be human.
It's like PTSD.
Yes, we can be human and we're not fighting anymore. And it just swarmed. The demons that all that fight and all that shit was keeping away, it just came and it swallowed her whole. And it also swallowed me whole. But once again, like we were talking about, I got a chance to watch her and she set out the ultimate blueprint on how not to be. So I had a hard time learning growing up, but I was very smart when it came to human beings. I had to understand who my father was, understand where he came from, understand why were you so fucking brutal to us? I got my answers. Took those answers and made myself better from the answers about him. And so that's why it was necessary for me to go back. I was looking for an apology. So then maybe I could just go be a loser and understand that you fucked me up.
Why would the apology make you a loser?
It would make me feel vindicated.
Justified.
Yes. Like, man, you did this to me. I can go be a loser now.
My failings are okay.
This okay.
Yep.
Because you did this. So I was looking for that. And when I went there, I realized because this voice in here was saying, it's not your dad's fault. And I'm like, nah, man. Because this voice over here always said, it's your dad's fault. This other voice started tuning in, was loud, started getting louder. The more I drove to Buffalo, was saying, you get to face a lot of shit, young man. You got a long journey ahead of you because you're going to find out that while your dad did a lot of shit to you, you're going to have to fucking make it on your own. And the voice got louder and louder and louder. And by the time I got to that door and by the time I was leaving that house, instead of me feeling sorry for myself, I started to do a live autopsy. Because a lot of people, when you die, they figure out why you died. They figure out how you died in the autopsy. But we never do a live autopsy to figure out why we're dying while we are alive. And I was dying. I was living every day, but I was really dead. And so I figured it out. And once I figured it out, I was able to reborn. I was able to be reborn.
What we see is this pattern of generational trauma. Your grandfather to your father to you, father to son, just being passed on. Is this part of your mission to be a circuit breaker, to be a dam, to stop this trauma from moving forward into the next generation?
100%. But with people, I'm trying to build people up. I'm trying to armor their mind. I'm trying to get them the belief, because this world we live in is tough. It's tough. It will beat you down. The world and the life that we live in is the ultimate competitor. It will try to take you out. It will find your weakness and it will fucking just hammer you.
It's like a personal curse.
100%. So if I can help you build belief, build confidence to the point where nothing can hurt you because you know exactly who you are. You've faced your demons. You've been able to go on an audiobook in your mind. Maybe you didn't write a book, but in your mind, you were able to hear all your past traumas. You were able to listen to them. You're able to fucking say, okay, now I can now talk to people about what I went through. I'm no longer embarrassed. I'm no longer ashamed. Being ashamed is one of the biggest things that kill people nowadays in their minds, kill them from moving forward. I'm ashamed of myself. Don't ever be ashamed of anything you've done in your life. Face it, fix it, make it better.